Good Monday evening and happy President's Day, especially if you had the day off or from work, that is, or you're just at home relaxing, enjoying your evening. Some areas did see a little bit of sunshine today. And Joe, I have to say, it felt like spring outside, but I know it's not going to last.
Yeah, I mean, a week from now, it might be like, 20 out. So, but in the meantime, we have a few things to deal with. First off, some fog tonight. And if you look at our camera at the Mackinac Bridge, it was sunny not too long ago, but fog has rolled in. Drummond Island dealing with fog. And then you get down by Cadillac, Gaylord, Traverse City, and it's still sunny. I mean, the sun has set, but you can see still pretty quiet. But I think fog will thicken up. Earlier today, we had a weak cold front pass through, so ahead of that, we had a little bit of a rain-snow mix north and a couple thunderstorms around Traverse City and Roscommon earlier. That is all to the east. There's a look at things right now. It's dry, it's quiet. The only thing is, again, I do expect some of that fog to kind of expand and thicken through the night tonight. Now, tomorrow night into Wednesday, we have a winter storm watch for all of the blue shaded counties for some snow or freezing rain or rain. That rolls in here tomorrow night, again into Wednesday. More on that coming up a little later in the show.
We start with a special report tonight. Most parents often want to make the world a less scary place for their children. Almost every parent wants to make it a less dangerous one. For many parents, danger can come in an unusual and challenging way with every bite of new food that they eat. But one mom wanted to share her and her child's journey to a safer world in hopes it might help others along a similar path. Mark Shillette reports.
He graduated December 23rd, 25, which means he was in there about 4.5 years.
4.5 years. Half of young Dawson here's life.
It's just really scary when you have this little person who can't tell you what's wrong.
From the very beginning, Mom, Kara, knew something was up.
We knew almost immediately that he had food allergies through breastfeeding.
The food she ate producing enough of a reaction to alarm any parent.
By the time he was 6 months old, due to some other reactions, we had him tested through skin testing and blood, I think. And it came back with just like a slew of allergies.
Common ones like peanuts, but others less commonly tested for, like mustard.
As a new food allergy parent, you don't know what is the right thing to do. Like, you're still learning to be a parent, and now you're learning to be a food allergy parent.
Lessons learned through numerous allergic reactions, 911 calls, and countless trips to allergy doctors.
What they tell you is avoid XYZ. Here's your EpiPen prescription, avoid XYZ. If anything happens, here's what you need to do.
But that left Dawson scared and uncertain about food, and Kara and her husband wondering,
what is the future? What does this look like for him?
The search for answers, for hope, and a little food peace had them flying across the country to the Food Allergy Institute in California.
Your first visit, you have like a launch visit. And that means they do the blood work and they do the skin prick.
What they learn helps them create a unique tolerance induction program, or TIP, layering proteins that may be problematic in a way that helps teach the body to avoid a reaction.
The proteins in like pears, stone fruits, apples, ladders up to other proteins that are in other nuts and seeds. We would eat those 3 times a week. Because the protein in chicken is similar, obviously, to the protein in egg, we would eat chicken 3 times a week. And that ladders up.
Dawson did that. And after trips to the coast every couple of months over the course of 4.5 years, not a cure for food allergies, but rather remission.
He can eat anything in any amount whenever he wants, within reason.
Which makes today a little brighter.
Yeah, he can go, he can have sleepovers, he can try new things.
And the future and the world a little less dangerous.
It's opening for our family, and for him, his future is a little bit less scary.
That was Mark Shillette reporting. Not all allergists are proponents of tolerance induction programs. It's important to talk with your child's physician for guidance and, of course, information. Kara wanted to share her story because she hopes parents are aware of all the options that could potentially help. And that brings us to our question of the day. Do you or someone in your life or family have a food allergy? Check out our website, UpNorthLive.com. We have a poll going there. You can vote in that poll. You can also scan the QR code on your screen as well. Check out our Facebook page, Up North Live. Leave your comments, and we, as always, will check those comments toward the end of the show. Taking a look ahead, with more winter weather on the way, it's really the perfect time to start planning ahead to warmer days. We know it'll be here before we know it. What better way to plan ahead to some sunnier days than those with the release of the Interlochen Arts Festival Summer Concert lineup. Joining us tonight is Rodney with the Interlochen Arts Academy. Rodney, thank you for making the time to chat with us tonight on Unscripted.
Thank you for having me.
So we have exciting news. We know we're not quite there just yet when it comes to the concert series, but tickets actually will be going on sale very soon. And we have two concert lineups that we want to chat about, starting with one that's in August.
Yeah, so on August 14th, we have Joe Bonamassa and Government Mule that's going to be taking the stage at Kresge Auditorium. They're both well known for their guitar, just great jams, blues, rock. It's going to be a great time. A lot of people may not know who Government Mule is. If you're familiar with the Allman Brothers band, Warren Haynes is the lead guitarist for Government Mule.
Yes, I do know the Allman Brothers, and one of my favorite songs is by the Allman Brothers. And tickets for this one, as we can see here, going on sale this Friday.
This Friday at 10 a.m., you can go to interlochen.org/tickets.
Okay, and that is August 14th. Going back just about a week or two before that, end of July,
Yes.
another Jefferson Starship.
Yeah, July 29th, Jefferson Starship with the Runaway Again tour is going to be here at Interlochen at Kresge Auditorium. And they're going to be bringing 3 other bands with them. So they have Atlanta Rhythm Section, Firefall, and Orleans that's going to be joining them on stage.
And how do people get tickets? I mean, should they come to Interlochen? Can they go online? What's the best way to go about this?
The best way of going about getting tickets is going to interlochen.org/tickets.
Okay.
Make sure you're going to that website. There are third-party websites that are out there that may be selling higher price tickets, or maybe not even selling real tickets at all, just acting like they are. So the best place to go is make sure you're going to interlochen.org/tickets, or feel free to give our box office a call. And you can even show up at the box office on campus and get tickets that way as well.
And do you recommend people probably, if they really want to be at these concerts, to jump on this opportunity, come Friday when the tickets are going on sale?
Absolutely. If you want the best tickets in the house, you're going to want to start getting those as soon as possible. So Friday, 10 a.m. is going to be the best time to get those, especially before the big tourist season gets here. Once the tourist season gets here, those tickets go quick.
And if someone has not been out to the Kresge Auditorium, honestly, I think it's the perfect summer venue. Explain to people what they can expect when they're there.
Absolutely. It's really one of those bucket list experiences that you can have this summer. We have at Kresge Auditorium, it's an outside auditorium right on Green Lake there. And we have a beer and wine patio that overlooks the lake. You can see the sunset, listening to the music, really just letting all the worries, everything that's going on around the world, just letting those thoughts go out, just to have a great night there at Interlochen at Kresge Auditorium, listening to some great music.
And there are more concerts coming up. We're just not releasing the information right now.
Absolutely. We have a wonderful lineup of concerts that are going to be announced. We're going to be releasing announcements like we did last year on Mondays, with tickets going on sale on Fridays. We're going to be doing that throughout the spring.
Excellent. So we will see more of you, Rodney. We're going to be checking in with you. You're going to give us the lowdown of what we can expect coming up. So stay tuned for the Monday interviews with you.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Yes, never too soon to start planning ahead of those summer concerts. All of the information for the Interlochen Arts Academy Summer Festival lineup is on our website, especially where you can go and get those tickets, which again do go on sale this Friday. And speaking of winter, it's been a winter to remember across northern Michigan. From Crystal Mountain to Cabernet Peaks, resort leaders say consistent snowfall, cold temperatures, and strong turnout have made this one of the best seasons in years. UpNorthLive's Tony Lundy took us to the slopes to learn more on how this year has been a major success for these ski resorts.
High snowbanks and busy chairlifts. That's been the scene across northern Michigan this winter. And at Crystal Mountain, CEO John Melcher says the season got off to exactly the start they were hoping for.
We were able to start making snow mid-November and have a great base, and then Mother Nature has given us about just over 10 feet of snow here at Crystal, so it's been a tremendous winter season.
That strong foundation helped carry the momentum all season long, and while the snowfall totals are impressive, Melcher says his favorite part isn't measured in inches.
I get them every day, so it's just seeing families interacting with each other, the laughter on the slopes, and then seeing them all get back together after a busy day and recounting all their adventures that they had.
About an hour away at Cabernet Peaks, General Manager Pete Meyer says this winter has outperformed expectations.
So this has been a great winter, better than most. You know, we already have 125 inches year to date, and that's more than we get in a lot of typical seasons.
And after weeks of steady snowfall, recent sunshine has only added to the energy on the hill.
And so it's been so fun to see people get out and enjoy the sunshine, which we haven't seen in probably a whole month or more. And just a lot of smiles and a lot of happy skiers and snowboarders.
With both resorts planning to stay open into late March and early April, there's still time for you to hit the slopes. In northern Michigan, Tony Lundy, UpNorthLive News.
And sticking with weather, taking a look at that weather forecast today. Some areas did see some sun out there, but there are some winter weather changes moving in. For more on what we can expect, here is Chief Meteorologist Joe Charleboy.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.
I'm Dee Gatton with the National News Desk in Washington, D.C., and this is your news update.
We're dealing with radical Shia clerics, okay? We're dealing with people who make geopolitical decisions on the basis of pure theology, and it's a complicated thing. I mean, no one's ever been able to do a successful deal with Iran, but we're going to try.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio is cautiously optimistic as American and Iranian officials prepare to meet for a second round of nuclear talks tomorrow in Geneva. President Trump has threatened to use force against Iran if the country does not agree to constrain its nuclear program. A senior Iranian official said Iran is willing to compromise on a deal if sanctions are lifted. Meantime,
this is big. This is how we keep Americans safe. We keep them safe through FEMA. We keep them safe through TSA. We keep them safe through the Coast Guard. We keep them safe through Secret Service and so many other things that are funded through this department.
More Americans could start to feel the effects of the partial government shutdown as it drags into a second week. Republicans and Democrats have not reached an agreement on funding the Department of Homeland Security. The shutdown only impacts this department, but could lead to disruptions to TSA and FEMA. It could also delay employee visa processing for businesses. And a Democratic Massachusetts auditor is going after lawmakers in her state after discovering nearly $12 million in alleged fraud. Diana DiZoglio said she's filing a lawsuit to allow her office to conduct an audit. She said lawmakers refused to hand over necessary documents earlier this year. And that's your news update.
The National News Desk can be seen on ABC 29 and 8 on Saturday night at 11:30 and Sundays at midnight. Welcome back to Up North Live's Unscripted. Now we're going to take a look at your weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Joe Charlevoix. Hey, Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Melissa. And, well, today started with some clouds. We had some snow. We had some thunderstorms today. Some of you might be like, really? Yeah, there were a few. We'll take a look at that in a minute. This is earlier, though, the Brown Bridge Quiet Area. That is in Grand Traverse County. Nice spot. A lot of snow on the ground still. I know we've melted some over the last couple of days here. But, yeah, some snow there. Still some clouds, although this area did see some sunshine later in the day. And this is what we were talking about. We had a weak cold front pass through this morning. Kind of a mix there, and these were thunderstorms right there. So if you're in the Traverse City area, some thunder this morning into the Roscommon region, all that earlier. And now things are pretty quiet. There's a look at things currently. Some clearing south, although there are two things in the forecast coming up here. First, fog tonight, could be thick, maybe some freezing fog. And then Tuesday night into Wednesday, we have a winter storm coming in. Still mild, although, take a look, we were in the 50s earlier. Frankfort's down to 34, so you've cooled down quite a bit. Big Rapids, though, still at 45. Fog, thickest through northeast lower Michigan here along US 23, Drummond Island, Mackinac Island. This fog I expect to expand tonight, and we are going below freezing, so I do think it's kind of a sneaky night tonight where the roads could be actually kind of slippery with the fog developing. This is the forecast visibility through tomorrow morning. A lot of zeros, at least under 1 mile visibility into early tomorrow afternoon. That's the first thing. The second thing is the potential for snow up here, more freezing rain potential down here with another winter storm coming in. So the National Weather Service issuing a winter storm watch. Now we're not going to see much of that until tomorrow night and Wednesday. So snow, these are the impacts. Maybe a moderate level up across the UP and Straits. Wind, it'll be breezy, but nothing extreme. Icy roads could be an issue, and in this particular case, not all that cold. So tonight and tomorrow, dry. You don't have to worry about anything tomorrow except maybe some icy roads with that fog. But then tomorrow night, here's the clock, 10:30 tomorrow night, snow arrives. There's the freezing rain potential. Should see mainly snow up here, more just rain down this way. And then this will continue to plod through here Wednesday morning, and it should wind down then Wednesday afternoon and evening. I want to show you two snow scenarios. If it stays a little warmer in northern lower Michigan, the heavier snow will fall up across the UP. That's one scenario. If the colder air hangs on longer in northern lower Michigan, then you will see some of the heavier snowfall. Still some question on this one, even only about a day and a half away. So keep tabs on it. Update on the late news tonight. Meteorologist Heather Bricka will have an update tomorrow morning. And also, I don't want to gloss over the ice potential too. And this isn't quite like the ice storm of last year, nothing quite like that. But we could see maybe some sporadic power outages if this ice accumulation does come to fruition. So all in all, again, that'll be Tuesday night into Wednesday. A bit messy coming up here. Tonight, the potential for some thick fog. Icy roads, 20s tonight. And then tomorrow, dry weather during the daytime. Now, again, fog early, maybe even into the afternoon in some cases tomorrow. Highs back into the 30s or low 40s. So we will see more melting tomorrow, but we do have that potential for fog. Beaver Island, chilly, 33. Jump down to Fife Lake, Kalkaska, 47 there. 50 at Baldwin. Some fog here, a few late day showers. All right, looking ahead through next Monday, messy weather Wednesday, a break Thursday, and another system comes in on Friday. So we're going to end the week, snow, sleet, maybe a little bit of freezing rain.
All right, thanks, Joe. Coming up, a great week to be associated with McBain High School basketball as well as Michigan Wolverine basketball. Sports Director Harrison Beebe has all of that coming up next in sports. Welcome back to Unscripted. Sports Director Harrison Beebe joins us now to talk about some basketball rankings, Harrison.
Yeah, weird. Basketball in the winter. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
And there's no basketball in the Winter Olympics, so ironically, you can't get much coverage there.
That's true.
But no, here in the state of Michigan, a lot of buzz around the basketball rankings. We'll start with the high schools, because we know in Northern Michigan, a lot of people love the high school coverage here. And why not shout out the same school has #1 ranked teams in both boys and girls basketball for Division III. That'd be the McBain Ramblers. great seasons. I believe the boys are 17-1, the girls 17-0, haven't lost yet.
Nice, ladies.
And so on the media polls through the Associated Press, it's like 4 or 5 or 6 different media members across the state.
Okay.
They have them both ranked #1. Now, these are just rankings, so you don't want to say this puts them in the automatic state championship or anything like that. And in fact, if you ask the teams, they're happy for the recognition, but at the same time, they'll tell you a #1 ranking doesn't mean anything until they get in that tournament and can show that they actually are #1. There's no true #1 in the state, but still a cool honor to have them both share at the exact same time in the exact same school.
I love that.
So wanted to
Good
shout out
for them.
Mick Bain for that coverage. And we're talking
Yes.
#1, Melissa. There's a new #1 in college basketball, and they're also in the state. And you and I did not go to this university, but
didn't.
we've heard about it down in Ann Arbor, the University of Michigan.
Yes.
Crazy to think they've had a great year. Haven't been #1 at all this year. This is the first time Michigan's been #1 in the Associated Press Top 25 for college basketball in 13 years.
13 years?
And they've had some pretty good teams,
Okay.
but this is the first time now since January of 2013, since you and I were working the morning show
That's
here
right.
at UpNorthLive. Yeah, Wolverines back on top. Dusty Mays had that group looking phenomenal. And they've gotten some scares here and there, but for the most part, they have kind of embarrassed their competition. They're going to be one of the favorites in March. If you're thinking your bracket already to pick,
Sounds like
Wolverines going to be one of those teams. If you're strongly considering being biased or unbiased, and taking
Sure,
an in-state
it
team,
depends.
They are looking pretty good, and they are handedly taking care of their opponents. Even with some struggle in certain games, they still kind of comfortably win in the end. So watch out for the Maize and Blue come March, and then Final Four being in April, obviously.
Wolverines, all right. Harrison, thanks. Coming up, we will take a look at that question of the day. You can check out our poll on our website or leave a comment on our Facebook page. We'll be right back.
Salon services are furnished by Epiphany Advanced Academy in East Acme.
Welcome back to Unscripted. Our question of the day, do you or someone you know in your family have a food allergy? Taking a look at our poll right there, you can see the different responses. 21% saying yes, they do know someone who has a food allergy. 39% saying yes, someone in their family does. And 40% saying no allergies at all. Taking a look at our Facebook page, UpNorthLive, at some of the responses. Amber says, my son is allergic to dairy and eggs. Bill says, everything bird from eggs to meat. Rebecca says, corn and soy and lactose intolerant. And let's see, there are several here. Robin says our family has many: gluten, dairy, peanut, shellfish, ocean fish, and legumes. My goodness. Thank you to everyone who commented and taking part in our poll. We hope to see you back here for Up North Live News at 11. Until then, have a fabulous evening.